coming to you live at 10 a.m. to bring you the traditional video about upcoming tanks, what Wargaming is cooking on, to see, you know, to take a little bit closer look at those vehicles. And in update 1.29.1, we have 7 new tanks for testing by the Supertest players. You can see those in the patch notes over here from 7 different nations as well, actually. And let me tell you guys, some of those tanks are quite redonkulous, you know, like this Jagdpanzer E90 over here, or we have the BZT-70 over here. We have many weird and kind of crazy tanks, but as always, keep in mind those are not released yet. Those were added for testing by the Supertest players, so you are going to see some of them, most likely even all of them, in one way or another being tested on live server by Supertest players. So many times people are asking, what is this tank, how can I get it, and so on, but the answer is they are still testing it, so keep that in mind. Everything, all the characteristics are not final or could not be final. So first of all, we have the GSC over here. Tier 8 versatile heavy tank from Japan with 330 Alpha, 220 Pen. We have the special thing about this vehicle, I think, is the 13 degrees of gun depression. Gun handling seems to be quite decent as well. Mobility, all right, you know, it seems to be like quite a solid all-around tank, you know. Like, quick look at the armor. Do we have anything special in the armor department from the public test? Let's say, you know, against its own penetration, which is 220, doesn't seem, you know, maybe hull down. Yeah, hull down, okay. Like, if you are fully hull down, yeah, you can be very tough, actually. In tier 8 matches, maybe, versus lower tiers, because this is still kind of bad. But this tank seems to be more, or let's say all about the gun and the firepower. Tier 8, most likely a premium heavy tank in one way or another. Moving on, next up we have DBT. This is a tier 9 Czech breakthrough heavy tank, and it has the same type of gun like Skoda D56, Skoda D56. It has 2 shell magazine, 3-second reload between shots, 32.6-second reload for the entire mag, and 490 alpha over here. But the gun handling seems to be pretty damn bad. 7 degrees of gun depression as well, 1.65k DPM. But you know, it's more about the burst damage. In 3 seconds, you're able to dish out close to 1000 damage. This is what this tank, or this is the special thing about this tank. Top speed or mobility is also not that crazy, doesn't scream over here, but the accuracy, aiming time, all that is kinda weak. And once again, let's take a quick look at the boom armor layout over here as well, how bouncy it is on a flat ground. Yeah, the upper plate is actually kind of bouncy. Tier 8s will struggle quite a bit. What the hell is that turret, man? Frontally impenetrable turret. Okay. Oh my god. Like this, what this pink color, pink, purplish color over here is, it is auto ricochet. The armor value is not that crazy, but if you're looking at your enemies, you're basically going to bounce every single shot, hull down. Look at that, because of the extreme angles over here. Alright, that's actually nasty, that is actually nasty. If it is hull down, aim over there. Seems to be the only places to penetrate, because there is no other weak spot. That's stupid. Just to be honest over here, that's kind of stupid. But you know, DBT, it's balanced by the gun handling, I guess. Enemies can't hit you, but you can't hit them either because of your gun handling. Okay, so this is DBT, tier 9 Czech heavy tank. What Wargaming is working on, the current stats at the moment. Next up, we have another Soviet siege mode tank destroyer, this time tier 9 HU-122V with 440 alpha. We have good aim times over here, but I'm pretty sure those will be boosted. But we are going because we are still in 2025. You know, the siege mode tanks have only been in the game for 7 or 8 years. You know, we still don't have the siege mode button in the game, but soon. I believe soon, guys. I just keep saying that as long as they will add this. So let's take a look. The armor and the siege mode stats as well. Where is this? Tank destroyer SU right over here. So if you click the siege mode, what do we get? You actually, wait. You actually don't get any accuracy boost over here. Okay. The only thing you get is the dispersion boosts. So dispersion will be very good, right? And you get extra gun depression as well, up to 10 degrees of gun depression, 20 forward, 20 backward. So this, you know, compared to the other siege mode tanks or many other siege mode tanks, it is simply going to be faster inside the more accurate or better gun handling mode. Yeah, the rest stays the same actually. 350 meter view range as well. It's blind as a bat. And armor profile, it's bouncy. It is very bouncy. If you are hull down, you can still penetrate the inside of the gun over here. And the little commander hatch lower plate is weak, but yeah, this will be, you know, bouncing a lot, especially from a distance with its upper hull over here. Pre-move round 315, that doesn't make any difference whatsoever. So this is SU-122V, what you could see on the live or in the live battles very soon after update 1.29.1. Next up, guys, let's move on to some more gimmicky tanks, let's say. And we have H3 over here. This one is American auto-loading heavy tank. But the autoloader over here is a little bit different. You can see that it has 6-second reload between shots, 400 alpha. It has 5 shells in the mag, quite a fast reload for the full mag, 26.85 for 5 shells with 400 alpha is very fast. But, you know, the balancing thing over here is, it's like Italian auto-loading tank destroyers. You have longer reload between shots, in this case 6 seconds. Also 7 degrees of gun depression. Gun handling seems to be very good for a heavy tank especially. Very good gun handling. Mobility also pretty damn good for this type of vehicle, and it has a massive commander hatch. American Tanks speciality. Legitimately American Tanks speciality. Simply monster. Commander hatch action over here. Where's H3? H3 is over here. Let's see. Live armor model versus 248 pen. Yeah, armor wise this tank doesn't shine anywhere. It has a massive commander hatch, but in tier 9 battles pretty much shoot anywhere in the turret and you are able to penetrate that. Driver hatch is weak. Okay, so it's like, let's say, kind of a glass cannon-ish heavy tank in Earth tanks. By the looks of it so far, keep in mind, everything is subject to change, right? Moving on to one of the girthiest tanks in today's list. It's not the girthiest, guys. BZT-70 is even more girthy. But look at this. Look at this massive junker of a tank. Jagdpanzer E90 with 750 alpha. 290 pen with standard round. Not bad gun handling for this actually. 9 degrees of gun depression as well. 2,600 DPM. Mobility 2812 with 11 power to weight ratio. So, you know, definitely on the slower side. When it comes to the mobility, 1,800 hit points and 180 millimeters of armor. But seems to be, like, it seems to be a spaced armor thingy. Over here in this case, we definitely need to take a look at the armor. profile over here. Live. It doesn't show any space armor for those plates. It actually doesn't. It should show over here, you know, when you have the space armor, but it doesn't. So it has big commander hatches, as you can see. Those are very, you know, not the easiest penetrated command. Oh, definitely not the easiest penetrated. 230. Yes, it's green versus itself with 290. But let's say we take, let's take like a tier 9 heavy tank, you know. Let's take phase 1. With standard round that has 258 millimeters of penetration. You can see it's already a lot tougher, right? It's already a lot tougher on flat ground, bouncing most of the shots on the upper plate over here. Lower plate is still a pen, but still has some armor, and commander hatch is not 100% a pen as well. So this commander hatch is like, it's kinda safe frontally versus tier 8 vehicles. So this tank in a tier 8 and 7 battle is going to slap for sure. That's for sure. And yeah, it's a kind of cool looking absolute chonker of a tank. Absolute chonker of a tank. Jagdpanzer E90 over here. Moving on. We have tier 9 Projet Louis, guys. This is a tank that Wargaming actually changed quite a bit, and many of those tanks over here have already received first tunings, have already received first changes and balancing, let's say, compared to the very first time they released information about those. And we have covered most of those tanks before as well, but for example, in this case, when this tank came out at first, it had 10 shell auto loader gun. They decided to lower the shells down to 8, but the alpha damage is 125 with 194 standard penetration, 20.13 second reload with the 8 shells and 1 second reload between shot. That's actually not bad, guys. 1 second reload between shot. You can just circle pam, 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 pam 8 times and dish out 1k damage that way. Projet Louis, and you can reload for 20 seconds. Not bad gun handling either for this type of gun system for sure. Armor, well, it's a light tank, it doesn't have any armor basically. 65 drop speed, mobility is also there, 20 moving backwards, 30.56 power to weight ratio, 15.9% camo on the move and stationary because it is light tank. Sorry for coughing, guys, still a little bit sick and it's getting annoying, guys. Anyway, 380 meter view range as well. What was the premium penetration over here? 236 and 38 with high explosive. All right. Jagdpanzer E90's premium round. Oops. Standard round was 290, premium 334 heat. Okay, all right. Anyway, this is the Projet Louis. It's like a tier. We can say it's like a tier 9 AMX 1357. You know, the machine gun in tier 7, 1357, the premium tank. It's like tier 9 version of that. Kind of the same memes, kind of the same feel. Low alpha, many shells, fast tank, and so on. Projet Louis, guys. And finally, in today's video, the absolute biggest memer, BZT-70. It looks even bigger of a junker than the Jagdpanzer E90, I think so. Look how wide it is. It's like T95's. I got T95 vibes on the hull over here. 4 tracks, you can see that. 4 tracks over here, and a massive boomstick on a tier 10 heavy tank. Now, this is a tank that did get changed already as well. Quite a bit, guys. because the memeiest thing about this tank was the HE round before. Before it had 1250 alpha with high explosive and 190 penetration. I think we can say, luckily, they decided to change it. Minus 100 pen of the HE round and minus 50 alpha. So 90 pen, 1200 alpha now, which is not that special or crazy anymore. There are many, tier 10 tank destroyers with high alpha damage that to, like, let's say, around this alpha damage of high explosive. But for a heavy tank, it is still rare and unique. The standard round, 256 pen, 850 alpha, premium round, 320 and 850 alpha on a heavy tank. Once again, let me keep that in mind. 23-second reload over here with 850 alpha. Let's go over here. 8 degrees of gun depression, 3.16 second aim time, 0.43 accuracy. This thing is worse than artillery when it comes to the firepower, and I simply, or gun handling, and I simply have to show you this, guys. I simply have to show you this. Shell velocity, 750 shell velocity. With AP, heat, 600, and high explosive, 500 meters per second shell velocity. So it's a derp tier 10 heavy tank. A derp tank. Pretty much. And versus 256 millimeters of penetration, armor model looks like this. Anything on the upper area is going to be bound most of the times. Turret face, almost impenetrable. Jagdpanzer E100 can say hello in the face of the turret, and that's pretty much it. Or a couple 395 pen heat rounds or APCR rounds as well, what we have in the game. Lower plate is, still has some armor, but in tier 10 matches that doesn't matter too much. The weak spot is, in this case, commander hatch and the side little whatever it is over here. What is it even? Can we see that? Some kind of hatch. Machine gun hatch. Yeah, something like that. Is over here. So BZT-70, ladies and gentlemen, a meme junker of a tank. Mobility is bad. Top speed 25, reverse speed 10, power to weight ratio 10, hull rotation speed 20. So is it the bloody heavy tank, assault heavy tank as they call it, or is it a tank destroyer? Is it in its own class? I don't know, you tell me. But I think we can say luckily they did change the high explosive round, the 190 pen high explosive for 1250. That could have been very, very annoying on this platform at least. Even though previously with that pen and numbers, the shell velocity was something like 100, not 100, 350 or something like that, ridiculously low as well. But those were all the tanks in the update 1.29.1 being added for testing by the Supertest players. Let me know what you're looking forward to most, which looked the most interesting to you. We had quite many interesting tanks over here to talk about. H3, E90, Projet, and the BZT. I would say take the cake. Not very excited for this SU. TBT gun handling seems to be kinda kakabupu as well. This gun handling, GSC, this one could be actually a sleeper fun tank, I would say. Yeah, not the strongest armor-wise, but gun handling is pretty nice, pretty nice. So yeah, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, and I will catch you next time with something else. Adios, enjoy your Sunday. Bye-bye.